average right at 228 rushing to whatever, I mean, maybe close to 250, 267 or something like that, throwing the ball. So they've really done a nice job protecting the football. They fumbled 4 times, they've only lost 1, they've thrown 1 interception. So they're not putting the ball in jeopardy. So you gotta force turnovers. You gotta make them one-dimensional, and then see what happens.
They have a lot of depth in the backfield.
Yes, I mean they got 5 running backs on the depth chart. They put 1 in, and there's no difference between the first one and the 5th one. So they're very multiple as far as formations and personnel as well.
What have you been seeing from David Ash?
I see a lot of improvement. I see him playing with a lot more confidence. Again, like I said, 90 for 120. That's pretty good with 1 interception. So he's not putting the ball in jeopardy. He's just he's not trying to overdo it. He's letting his playmakers make plays, and you gotta, that goes back to it all starts with stopping the run. And if you can't do that, you're going to be in for a long day.
What have you been telling your kids so far this week, just to get their mind off of last week's game, get them focused on Texas? Have they been pretty much catching up to everything?
No doubt. I mean, that's just the nature of this sport. You can't sit and dwell. Once you make the corrections on Sunday, you got to move forward. And our focus immediately went to Texas. And, like I said, all the things that you really saw. I mean, if you look at the first 42 points, every single one of them, you just looked at and go, wow. I mean, so it's things that our kids, look at and just go, I mean, they understand. There's no one hanging their head about, maybe it's a blessing in disguise. I'm going to tell you something, we're better defense than what people are going to think we are, just because they're sitting there, focusing on the total picture. I mean, like I said, we defended 50 run plays. I mean, like I said, it used to be a game. Almost. So I mean, again, our kids were excited. We had a great practice today, and we're looking forward to the challenge that Texas presents.
Coach, when you look at a guy like Terrence Garvin, do you still see like a safety playing linebacker? Do you see a linebacker out there now?
Well, I mean, he's starting to develop. I mean, he's leading the Big 12 in sacks.
Right.
I mean, and he doesn't even really have great technique at blitzing. I mean, that's just something, the more he does it, the more comfortable he's going to get. And we're doing some things to try to help him, He's just kind of tying up with blockers, he's really not sure sometimes on how to escape. So I think he'll continue to progress and become a really effective pass rusher. And, we bring him so many times off the edge. And, he even when he doesn't get there, you got a 6'4" guy coming off that edge at a high rate of speed. Now the quarterback's got to throw the ball. And when he puts the arms up, as you saw the other day, I mean, you got to be able to elevate the ball over him. And he's a big guy, coming off the edge.